So let's take a look at here, that play call, the hit just a little bit different.
This one hit different.
This one today, we're going to look at here off the rip is, it's early on in the game. This is 3rd and 14. And this is very much a new schematic styling with what Macdonald is bringing in, what he's having these players do in this moment. Atypically, if you were in 3rd and 14 in prior years, you would have a 4-man front. Your 2 linebackers, your Mike and Will, would be off ball in traditional probably positions. You might even have Tyrese Knight over there standing in front of one of the receivers. Then post snap, you definitely would have your slot down there. I'll tell you that a lot closer. And then you'd have your 2 safeties high, and you'd probably draw to like a cover 2. So what you're doing differently here, of course, is not that. You can see Mike unveiling the 3 high safety look here with these guys. That's the first part that jumps out and is unique at the top side of it. He's got off coverage. Remember, this is a 3rd and about 14. 3rd and 14. So they're playing to the sticks here where they're trying to, we'll give you some space in front of us. But again, it's not your atypical we give space in front of you like we had done in prior years. Because when we had done in prior years, the alignment had the guys at that point naturally start closer to the line of scrimmage and then initially drop to depth post snap. What I'm going to show you on this play, and I'm going to run it a couple of times, is you notice that there's only one guy really dropping to depth outside of your outside corners here. The other guys are fitting, and you can see the red line at the top of the screen to where the first down marker is. They're standing on the red zone marker. There's a lot to unpack on this particular play, but first those safeties and noticing the 2 safeties that sit, Julian Love as the cover 3 guy at that point. Because you're basically running this with cover 3, and those guys are just, robbing the routes underneath there to make sure that if anything goes to the sticks, you're playing to the sticks. You're playing perfectly in that way, right? So in prior years, you might have gotten hit with a little dink, like let's say you can see my cursor on the screen here. You might have gotten hit with a little pass to the running back. Your slot guy would have been up here. Slot guy drops to depth. Your corners drop to depth. Your safeties go cover 2, all right? So then the corner comes out to here. Your linebackers would have dropped to depth out to here. The running back makes the catch, runs his way for a first down, and we all scream and curse at our screen and get really pissed off. So what you're doing differently here, you've got 2 guys ready-made to sit the sticks. You got your off coverage, eliminating in Kyler's mind right now any potential of running a 9 route here. Because I got 3rd and 14. I'm thinking about 9 routes if I've got them in my bag on the play call. That's not what you're giving them as far as any options to go here on the backside. Now, backside, marry it to the front. We're sitting at the sticks. We want to force the throw fast so we can rally up. We don't want to just rely on the front 4 to make this happen on their own necessarily. Let's force this action. Let's get some one-on-ones across the board on our defensive line in addition to that. So doing some things to marry up what he's doing to the back. And by the way, what are they running, folks? As you sit here and you're quarterbacking from Kyler Murray's standpoint, you're looking at that 3 safety high and you're looking at the 2 off coverage. What are they running? Can you determine it? Do you know what those safeties are going to do? Could not any of those safeties end up as the single high safety and the other 2 safeties become those kind of robber-like players there in space? You can fluctuate it any which way you want at that point. So this makes this actually very unpredictable from Kyler's standpoint, despite the fact it's in essence a 3rd and 14 with you in soft coverage. But it's not that atypical way that you might have seen it in the past. Sorry, that's why I want to set this up in describing this. Now you're running some double A gap mug pressure with a twist, off the double A gap pressure. So your inside linebackers are twisting. It's all marrying together. Because what happens here? We get our double A gap pressure. I've talked to you guys about that in the past, that the second you're bringing those linebackers down, you're going to force one-on-ones for the rest of the defensive line. And is that what happens? Yes, it is. Why? By necessity. They have no choice. They've got 6. They got 6. We got 6. They've got to go one-on-one. You're forcing their hand, not allowing them taking it to you. Again, in the past, you might have had a 4-man down line man situation. That would have allowed you to double on the most dangerous of the down linemen. So in this case, it would have been Leonard Williams on this day. So he gets doubled. The other guys get singled. This play looks a lot different. You force it with the twist. What makes this twist successful? Knight getting home? Jones getting home? No, it's first set up by Leonard Williams clearing the deck. And not just Leonard Williams, but look at what they're doing here between Jaron Reed and Leonard Williams. So number 90, let me get to here. You got number 90 right here. You got Leonard Williams right here. They're going to shoot straight up the football field. The twist is being run with some width. Watch Ernest Jones get to the width. He's not attacking to get upfield. He's attacking to spread this up wide. I would reckon on this play, the whole purpose of this is to force Kyler Murray up into the front of the pocket. He wants to scramble out of the back of the pocket. He does not want to climb up because of his size. So when Jaren's running this upfield, when they're just pushing with so much width here, look at these guys with the width here. See how that's created that no back door here with Jaren and Leonard? And now you've set the trap kind of a bit here because Kyler's going to run right into the twist. You got so many bodies down there, there's no extra space for him to get through at that point. And Tyrese Knight makes a great play to make the tackle here. But it's the back end working with the front end. See how Leonard's shooting the gap there? It's like he's one-gapping. It's like Jaren Reed's one-gapping on this play. They know it's not going to be a run, but they're not trying to run pass rush moves. They're shooting up the field there. Look at Jaren just throw a guy down. Love that. But they're shooting up the field here to make sure that Kyler's got that backdoor scramble completely removed from this play. You take it to them. You force Kyler into doing what he doesn't want to do. Climb up into the pocket. Say nothing of, on the backside of this play, just remove the pressure. When Kyler hits his back foot here, here's what he's looking at. Look at that line. You got a line of guys straight across to the line of the first down marker, all set up to jump and make a play on the ball. All the routes are going down the football field. There's no short security blanket there for Kyler Murray. Why is there no short security blanket for Kyler Murray? Because the security blanket is drawn by the blitz package of 6. You can't leave a free rusher coming through. You don't want to risk that. So he's got to stay in there to pass block. So Kyler, when he hits this back foot, there is no openings. All the routes are trying to get down to the sticks. Should they maybe try to run some shorter looks? Sure. Probably should have run some different looks there, but you caught them right as a defensive coordinator here. Ideal coverage. Kyler's got nowhere to go here. Where will you go with the ball? He's even have a guy looking around, and if he goes to the tight end that's stopping at the top of your screen there, you got a guy that's going to drive right on that route, tackle him in front of the sticks, 4th down. But the pass rush is great. It's not just a blitz with double A gap pressure. It's a double A gap pressure blitz with your defensive tackles one gapping, through their own little B gap there, I guess. B, C gap, whatever. And great little play there. I think I had a little bit another one here to kind of show you on this with it. You can kind of see a little bit here on this. I think this does a better job of showing a little bit of what I'm talking about with them getting up the field. Like, just look at the 99 and 90 on this play, how they clear the stack on that. And then Kyler's like, oh, I got something in front. But you had Boye at the end here when he's climbing up. Look, Mafe and Knight are ready for this. I think this was all completely prepared. Even as you see how Leonard's getting upfield and then Mafe cuts it back inside. It's not even a real twist or stunt he's running there. It's more of like, look, what we're going to do the designs of this play is we're going to flush him up. He's going to get nervous with the pressure. He's going to want to climb back to the front of the pocket. Maybe I'm going too advanced on this. But the fact that you had so purposefully had both Jaren Reed and Leonard Williams essentially mirroring each other in what they're doing on either side of the defensive line, and they're lined out so wide in that way, just kind of leads me to believe that this was, I'm not going to say all part of the plan, but all kind of part of the plan. Another play later on in this game where you got to flourish off of this. Set the stage. What do we got? 3rd and long. Once again, we've got a 3 safety look over the top. So same look for Kyler later on in the game. Difference being, though, is you change your defensive line alignment. So this gets him thinking. He doesn't get to go say, well, I saw the same alignment last time and it's going to be that. Well, now it's a little bit different because now you've removed one of the guys off of the defensive line. Rather than being 6 down there, it's only 5. And so he's got to try to decide what he's going to do with that. He's got to get it down to the sticks, obviously. But what's nice about this is where this isn't a blitz, what you do with Mr. Ernest Jones living in the A gap, is that he's taking this center and he's saying, I got to stay on this guy for a second post beat of the snap. What does that do? Single block, single block, single block, single block. That guy's going in a route, that guy's going around, that guy's going around, that guy's going around. So you don't blitz, your stack, essentially semi-stack box alignment here a little bit creates the one-on-one, even though Ernest Jones is going to be dropping into coverage. They end up getting to a double team, but the guy that gets home is Leonard Williams, and the double team arrives late. Watch the center here. See how long look at it? Look. Okay, I'll get over this guy. Snap. Look. All right, I guess I'll get over here. Okay, you finally got your hands on the guy, but watch what happens with Leonard Williams as your 3 tech. He completely puts Evan Brown on his back. And again, if Ernest Jones is sitting here, right, middle of the field about right here, and maybe what would be an atypical alignment, center doesn't worry about the blitz. Center potentially comes right down there to Leonard Williams. The reason why he's not helping Williams out by the time he reaches about here is I don't think he can get to Williams. Williams is attacking that outside shoulder. Now, he might also be thinking he gets to get a little bit more help here from the running back on the defensive tackle, but the running back's he's more caught up on, I think, getting out of the backfield. He helps out a little bit on Derek Hall, but you get your one-on-one. That's really the key, and you get the one-on-one not by driving the blitz. You get it simply by just the alignment pre-snap. 3 safety look on the backside, again, hard to predict. They play it the same way as they played it before there. 2 safeties squatting on the routes. Julian Loves runs this to center field, and then watch the play by Julian Love, number 20 in center field. Watch the range. Watch ET29 suddenly show back up on the field. Hell of a play there. I'll give you another angle on it. This one really shows it off well, I think. But a hell of a ability to cover the space there. Kyler letting this go. Watch this. That's good stuff right there. I mean, he's deep center field. Kyler's got some good arm strength on the run like that. He can put something on that. And it wasn't an interception. Obviously, couldn't get the feet down. But tremendous play by Julian Love, who's having very close to what I might call at least a Pro Bowl season here for your Seahawks. But first set up by the fact that you motorboat Evan Brown, you flush it. Draymond Jones is there to sit on him and squeeze him in the pocket and force the decision. You force the decision, you have an interception, a turnover-worthy potential situation. That's what leads to it, of course, right? It's not just you getting the quarterback making a stupid mistake. It's that you get the quarterback flushed into making a stupid mistake. And that's going to require a couple different parts working together. Leonard Williams, create the pressure. Draymond, chase him. Force the hand. Julian Love, make a great play. 3 safety looks. This is the way. It's the way in these 3rd and 14 situations. Macdonald was doing this with the Ravens. He had 3 very good quality safeties there to do similar stuff with. And now that he's got 3 quality safeties here back with Kayvon Wallace and Coby Bryant ascending in the way that they're ascending, I would very much expect him into the future to continue to use this type of stuff. And it is proving to be very, very effective. But that was my play call that hit just a little bit different. Just a little bit different.